So reservation, according to me, was meant to be affirmative action to give them the same level of confidence. So I do believe, and frankly speaking, if you were to go to several pockets of this country, and if you go outside the urban islands, there is a certain amount of discrimination that is still going on. And if you refuse to accept that fact, it is to your detriment, because your refusal to accept that fact is helping somebody else exploit him to take him out of the dharmic fold. So it's in your interest to accept that fact and do something about it. That's point number one. Point number two is, the question would be for how long? We keep citing Ambedkar, saying he said it's only for so many years or for so many generations, and even he didn't think of it as a permanent solution. He didn't think of it as a permanent solution when the community has arrived at a point where its caste identity does not matter anymore. When intercaste marriages become the norm. When it is perfectly possible for you to think of a marriage outside of your caste without being constricted or constrained by other considerations. Will they have the same eating habits? These kind of stupid questions go on in everybody's head. So when that is the case, I do believe that there must be a certain amount of continuity as far as caste-based reservations are concerned, notwithstanding the fact that my own people may not agree with me, or people from my community may not agree with me, but take it from me in writing. Anybody who's come from my kind of background would certainly understand what is that I'm trying to say. But I would certainly ask myself a question. 3 generations, 4 generations, you've arrived at a certain post. There are people who are now in the topmost bureaucratic posts of this country. Just as people responded to Prime Minister Modi's call for giving up LPG subsidies, would there be a similar response if he were to ask them to give up reservations? As opposed to the state imposing that kind of requirement, asking them to give up their reservations, it's better if it comes from the community itself.